Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let's see, do I have my sound? Let's see if I hear my sound. Let's try this one more time. Skip trial. Let's see. I'm not hearing it. Let's try that one more time. Did I start streaming? I thought I started streaming. Let's try it one more time. Good morning. There, let's see what the headphone set's doing it. Good morning. Let's do a refresh. Okay, that does it. Let's try that live. I see it live, but they don't hear me yet. Let's see if we're going to hear me. Good morning. Anybody hear me out there? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's being done. Don't see it. Let's try it up on here. I'm going to bring it up on the other machine. That. Let's see, and let's try this. Where do we go? Right here. Dukascopy TV. Alright, let's see if it's on there now. Because I do not hear me.
Introducing Speechalo.
Oh, we'll find out
the most
in a few
natural sounding
seconds.
text-to-speech software on the market. Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm introducing Speechalo.
Oh, we'll find
the
out
most
in a few
natural
seconds.
sounding
Okay, I hear me.
text-to-speech software
I do hear
on the
me.
market. Hey,
All right,
Joey,
excellent.
and I'm introducing Speechalo.
Oh, we'll
The
find
most
out in a few
natural
seconds.
sounding
Okay, I hear me.
text-to-speech
I do
software
hear
on the
me.
market. Hey,
All right,
Joey,
excellent.
and I'm
All right. So Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hey, Gio. Loud and clear, 5 by 5. Thank you very much. The other machine's not doing that. I'm not sure. We've had a little challenge lately with the sign-in when it comes to, what do you call it? Let me just close that whole thing out. That's all right. I can see it on another machine now. Anyhow, there we are. You can see the Swiss again today, just kind of flattish, but making a new high again. Like a, I don't know, 2-year high, something like that, maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look and see. Let's look just on the J4X real quick, and then we'll go back and look maybe on a weekly on on Chicago Quant, just because it's easy for me to squeeze it like that. Yeah, I think that could be a couple-year high. No, there you go. Okay, so back in March of 2000, April of 2021. So we're at something like an 11-month high now. That's what's happened there. See, we're during the calamity crash of COVID, I guess. No, that's 21. That's odd. So what was it? Was it 20? It was 20 that the calamity happened. Let's see. So anyway, it's 11-month shift outside the range. You can see that right there. It's tried to do it before. We keep on thinking we use the excuse. Doc likes to use the excuse it's inflation. But again, you know, it is that crazy situation. Turkey sends new Bayraktar TB2 fleet of Ukraine. Russian army can't make a move. That's interesting, Robin. Did you know that right now in Kiev, what was it? What's his name? Zelensky is having a meeting with the prime minister of like Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary. He's got a bunch of NATO prime ministers or foreign ministers, one or the other. It's foreign ministers or prime ministers that are actually there talking with him. And he's meeting with them. And then tomorrow he addresses the U.S. Congress. So, yeah, they've been using those Turkish drones now for weeks. That's why I thought, you know what? You don't hear Putin complaining to Turkey. So I said, move the MiG-29s from Germany, Rumsfeld airfield, move them to Turkey. More than likely, he'll pack a bunch of drones on top of them and ship them right to Zelensky in Ukraine. So, because basically, I think Putin is defenseless against Turkey. I don't think he can do anything against Turkey. He can growl Zelensky with a Z. Zelensky. Zzz. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so in the end result is that I don't really think Mr. Putin can do much against Turkey, or he'll set on fire 3 or 4 of his other Russian Federation countries. They will start to go nuts. So I would say, in the end result, you can see the last 2 days. Let's see if we can get, let's do this real quick. Let's put ruble up on the screen. Now, I'm a little surprised this movement on the Swiss against the dollar is saying that basically the flight to safety seems to have disappeared altogether, because they're not running towards the Swiss. And who was it? Kelly yesterday asked about the Euro Swiss. And we may have to take a look at that too real quick. But let's just take a look at the ruble. Let's see if they're making a quote. I know that they're making a quote in the ruble. I got a quote here. I can see it. It's in the second day of a sell at this point. So that may be exemplifying the fact that things are chilling out. There you go. See that there? Yeah, we're on our second day of a sell. We went into the sell there, and you can see the weekly has dropped underneath too at the same time. Now, there's no doubt that this was a mad, wild ride, but hence to bring Turkey back into the conversation, that was the reason why we really were fascinated by watching the Turkish lira over the last couple years. Well, we've been watching it for about 6-7 years here. But what it was is it was an industrialized nation, involved with the European Union, and at the same time it was a NATO partner, and at the same time again, we had not seen a currency go as wonko as the Turkish lira did against the euro and against the dollar over the last 6 years. I mean, over the last 10 years, since Prime Minister Erdogan and now President Erdogan, the product went from basically 1 to 21, which was, to me, it's not like let's cheer on the pain. To me, it was, I'm fascinated to watch the process and see how well the math is predicting future events, well past the Bell test. Well past all that quantum mechanic rubbish. And the end result is that, here we see, the math rolling over the last 2 days. And what are we seeing now? Prime ministers actually in Kyiv during the attack, communicating with Zelensky. And at the same time, he's addressing the U.S. Congress, I think a joint Congress and Senate tomorrow in the United States. He's going to do it, Zoomy. He'll probably do it as a Zoom situation, but he's still addressing them in a joint session of Congress, or he's just doing the House of Representatives, one or the other. Either way, that's a big thing. They don't let foreign leaders address. They don't let anybody address the House or the Senate if you're not a member of it. So, there's something brewing there, and we talked about it yesterday. There is talk that there is potential for some type of legitimate negotiation resolution over the next 48 hours. So, we're seeing it. We can see gold and we can see oil. Crude oil's down at 96 now. Brent is under 100 or at 100 at the moment, right at 100. So we're seeing signs of potential. Here's PPI came out, up 0.2% versus a estimated of 0.6. So the core PPI came out lower than expected. So that's not too bad. And so the stock market has turned around again, but it wasn't really it's not anywhere. If it's not up or down 1% in a day, to me that's just background noise. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 1.5 or 151 points. And since it's up 151 points, that's only a 0.46 percentile move. It's not even 1%. So to me, that's just noise. So when someone says, "Oh, it's rallying," it's like, no, it's up. That's it. It's not a rally. A rally to me would be up like 4% for the day, or 3%, or 2%. I would think, okay, they're really, really firm today. They're really buying them, But not when it's up a half a percentage point. It's like, I heard somebody this morning on one of the channels say that, it was up 0.14, and he said they're rallying them this morning. It's like 0.14. It's not even a percentage point. How is that a rally? That's background noise. So anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on. As you can see there, you can see the ruble is at the lows of the day, and you can see the weekly is being challenged. Matter of fact, we can put our cute little circle in there for the time being too. Let's do that. And you're seeing it in all forms on the super. They're all rolling over. There we go. So. Indeed. Oh, we got Cowboy on the line. There's Cowboy on the line. Yo, Cowboy. Say hello to the world.
Oh, you're in the world?
Yeah, because it's daylight savings time.
Daylight savings time. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We're lumberjacking today.
Oh, really? Where?
In the yard, in the front yard at Big Tree.
I'll swing by.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So anyway, where are we at now? Okay, yeah. So that's the story. And again, we have the Swiss up on J4X at the moment, and it's acting pretty good. It's at about 11-month high, and I'm a little. Oh, no, let me rephrase that. I don't want to use the word it was acting good. It's acting up. So they're moving away from flight to safety. That's the only way I can interpret. If the Swiss is losing money against the dollar, I have to interpret that more as a flight away from safety. That's the only way I can look at it. Matter of fact, I saw a cable. Let's go to the others. I saw a cable. Where was it at? Let's see, right there. I saw Euro acting up and firm today. So in other words, this is gaining against the dollar. And so then I say, okay, why, do we do the math thing here, Why is the Swiss not doing well against the dollar? And that's because the Swiss is a safe haven. And when the world looks like it's going to go to hell in a handbasket, money runs into the dollar and it runs into the Swiss. They go together, not necessarily equally, but money is running in both directions. And in this case here, you can see we're bidding a weekly sell on this product. This is the euro for weeks now. We're looking at 6-7 weeks of sell. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th week in the weakness. And at the same time, it hasn't really gone that far. We went from the 115-ish area down to the bottom end of the range, to the, what is that? That is let me just look at that real close. 108, basically. So, I mean, we dropped 7 handles, and the pressure was on, and now we're making a higher low here. You saw that 3 days ago, and you can see the strength and now you're getting a red dot and a green dot, and you're seeing some strength try to kick out. And what else can we say about any of this at this point? But that's pretty much the answer to it all, really, and that is that it's the marketplace is saying, okay, maybe, I guess it was the UN, the head of the UN came out, made a speech and said he was very happy that the United States didn't join into the yell and shout game with Mr. Putin, where Mr. Putin said, I have nuclear weapons. And, he was happy that the United States didn't chime in and say, we have nuclear weapons too. Now, I didn't hear him complain about what the French foreign minister said, because he did chime in and say, we have nuclear weapons too. So, there was a little, trash talking going on there on a global level, or let's say what's the key word we want to use there? On a international level. But there was some trash talking between France and Russia. But I guess it makes it good that the United States doesn't join in on that. And so, in the end result is that we see the Swiss, as you can see up on the J4X, firmly up and green. Oh, where's the lines at? Let's get that lines up there too. I might sing that song at the end of the day. Do, 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 do. All right, let's see. From there, we take a look at the cable. let's see what the, and let's jump over to the put the euro up on the J4X for a minute there for everybody to see, so we can just compare how well our indicator here on the J4X joins in with Doc's math. That's the reason we do this. We have the both up there because this is a good tool, and since it's a good, I wouldn't show it to you if it wasn't a good tool. And so, you know, this keeps you safe. You can see we got a green kicking out here, just like we have a green kicking out right there. And at the same time, this has been in a sell like it was in a sell just for the last couple days right there. You know, the weakness, and now you can see we're turning up. And this is starting to curve, and by the next 2 hours, if this stays up in here, just this price area, I would expect to see this line start to curve up. So, and that's a lot better than anything else you can find in the public arena, as far as I'm concerned. So then, let's jump over to. Where do we jump over to? Let's go to the cable now. Right there. Cable is, you can see it's an up candle. Those candles are funny, aren't they? I don't normally have candles on there for products, but someone asked about them and I left them up there. So if they're watching, obviously that's why I leave them there, because whoever it was that asked for them, I left them on there. And you can see here it's trying to get to the daily buy again, and it's in the same situation. It's been in a weekly sell since this area in here. And it went sideways and then finally broke down, and you know, with the red, and it was a nice winner chicken dinner and all the other stuff, just like that one was. And that one was, I think that was break even or a little loss, teeny weeny little loss. But the rest of them made so much buku money. That's a Vietnamese. We have a bad habit once in a while of using. No, I don't know if it's a bad habit. Let's say it's a habit. It's good. It's a habit. We have a habit of using Vietnam era words. Indeed. All right. From there, let's see. Where do we go from there? And do I have it up on there? I have it there. And let's put it up on J4X. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. It's probably got a little greeny trying to turn up too. Now notice our math is red still here. You know, we've been days and days of reds, all those little red dots. So let's see how it's looking on the J4X too. It's probably red, red, and red. Red, red wine. Yeah, red. But the line is turning up strongly, just like our line right here in Chicago Quant, turning up strongly. You see even the weekly's trying to turn up. So we're getting some action in that blue dashed line down there on the weekly. That's the 5. That's a gas line 5, and it's turning already, whereas the green line in the histogram is a gas line 3. And so, you know, this particular indicator has both of them on it. That's why we call it the 3-5 super. And supers represent that there's two different gas lines running at the same time in it. And it's just separated by colors. So that means that they're, you know, obviously they're scaled correctly because they're all on one indicator. And in the end result, as you can see, that they're trying to turn this up too. And I guess that would be the example of the whole story. You know, we're seeing, and then I guess what will happen is as time goes on, you know, we'll see a lot of the products, but I'd imagine Canadian is moving down. You know, that would probably be the answer there. Let's check out Turkish lira. I would think Turkish lira is moving down too. So let's go to dollar Turkish lira real quick. Quick like a bunny. Right there. Yeah, look at that. It hit the top. It's been banging, and a dollar Turkish lira has been banging against our trapezoid. You know, the big rectangular box there. It's been banging against it, banging against it, banging against it, and here we go. It's starting to break down. We got the red dot. You know, it's been in a weekly buy since this little move up, so that's all right there. And then let's put it up over here. We're just going to go right to the Euro Turkish lira, because we find that to be the more indicatively informational. Now you see the red there. You see it's rolling over. And let's check that out. Now that has not been as bullish as the dollar Turkish lira. Right there. Yeah, you see it if we make this bigger, can we do this? Yeah, let's do it like that. See that? didn't touch the top of the rectangle box. And now it's moving down. As a matter of fact, it closed in a sell yesterday. So that's why we like the euro as the main product to pay attention to, because it actually closed in a daily sell yesterday. So we're on a second day of daily sell. Now, it was in a weekly sell throughout most of this move right here, where every time it tried to get life, like it would go into a daily buy, we were like, no, well, we were at a daily buy, was okay there. But once it did this big spike thing and went after the rectangle, and the big rectangle there, or trapezoid, and the end result is it broke down. We went back into a sell, and then last week we jumped into the buy, and you see the daily started off, but it still didn't have the ability to get through and touch the top of the rectangle. So next thing you know, we'll be doing hypotenuses of things. Let's see. Plains drought to curb U.S. wheat harvest, adding to global supply worries. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at the Dukascopy has the soybean on here. Let's take a look at that real quick since you mentioned it. Right there, there's soybean. Yep, look at that weakness there, and that's interesting. With supply worries, they're backing off. I guess it's eating up some of the profits it's taken, so it's not having much of an effect at the moment. Let's see. What do I do here? Minimize that. Let me do this. Let me load that in. Let's see if we can see people in their quotes. Okay, now I'm getting stuff. There we go. All right. Wheat. Okay. Oh, I say. So let me just do this. Let me just send us over to that on Chicago Quant, and let's put that up there like so. There it is. There's a soybean. There's May soybeans. So actually, it's been kind of interesting is the fact that it went into the sell here and it hasn't been able to get going at all. Let's see. Robin says wheat. Oh, okay. Let's see what the wheat's doing. Kind of curious why the animals took off yesterday. So hogs and cattle. There is May wheat. May wheat's looking firm today. There you go. After a couple days, 4 or 5 days in a sell. But we're still in that weekly buy. It doesn't seem to want to let go. So yeah, I guess that's where they're seeing the pressure on the, on that. I see that. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, Robin. All right. Let's see. What else? All right. From there, what happened there? No cost. Oh, I guess skip that out. There we go. There we go. Let me see if I can hear myself on this. The other machines. See, I lost it again. Now I can't see the tape again over there. Damn it. The other machine's being wonko. All right. From there, I guess I got to sign into Google over there. Maybe that's what the answer is. All right. From there, let's get back to the currencies. Unless Robin has something else, I'll have to switch machines again to be able to see what you're saying. And here I go. There we go. Oh, there's 47. Okay. GBP JPY. Let's see what's going on there. GBP JPY. And I want to go over to look at. I want to look at Euro Swiss too. GBP JPY right there. There it is. Now you can see there we went into the buy right here off that low right there. So that's pretty cool. And we were in a buy, but we've been in a weekly sell for 2 full weeks and on a third. So it caught the groove down, I guess you could say. Let's see, we went into a sell there, stayed in a sell, gave us a buy there, gave us a volatility signal there, and then smash through right down. But it didn't really catch much of it, I guess that's because it was stuck in the buy and so forth. It was like very short-lived. Let's put it this way: not much of a winner chicken dinner. I mean, look, right there it is, because it's in a weekly sell at that point. But But definitely, that was a tough trade as far as I'm concerned. I think the math was, I guess the volatility, the war, I don't know. You know, I can use a lot of excuses, but you know how I feel about excuses. I don't like them. So I just say, the math lost. That's why we're 8.5 out of 10. That's the only way I can justify anything in my head, is just going, hey, you know, and the end result is that the math was wrong. That's the way it works once in a while. That's why we're 8.5 out of 10 times right. It has to be 1.5 somewhere. And so you can see here, it goes into the buy there, but the weekly's still in a sell. So you're not short for this whole move. You're just not long. And unless you're doing binaries or options or, you know, that type of thing, or incredibly tight. No problem, 47. No problem at all. You know what I want to do is I want to check out the, before we go to Canadian, I want to go check out the, what was that other one Kelly asked for? Euro, it was Euro Swiss. That's what I want to see. Just because of the way Swiss is acting here today. Yeah. Okay, so we're in that buy. We held on. So we've been in the buy since this move right there. Let me put the line up. Boy, 2 different volatility signals too. That's kind of neat. So it's not there. We move that over 1. That's the buy right there. And the weekly is trying to turn up just like your Euro yen. That's it, Euro yen. So it's trying to turn up the same way. You know, matter of fact, the Euro yen, and what was yours? Yours is the Euro. This is the Euro. What is this? This is the Euro Swiss, and yours is the Euro yen. Let me just look at that real quick again. Euro yen. I know you're going to jump out here. Where are you? Don't hide from me. I'm so confused. Where are you? So many currencies. It's around here somewhere. Euro yen. If anybody sees it, just shout. There's CAD yen. Or was it, is it, oh wait a minute, let me just double check. Is it GP, oh it's GPY yen, that's what it is. It's GPY yen. No wonder I'm confused. I just saw GPY yen. Yeah, so look at it. They both look a lot alike. Both doing that curve thing in the sell and curving back up again. Now let me just go back to the Euro Swiss. Look at that. You know what? Look at this. You know, this has been nice distances between the weekly signals, which is nice. And then this does this noisy stuff here, you know. And then let's go back to the Euro Swiss and see if it's been... I think Euro Swiss has been all over the place, right? I think that's how it plays out. There it is, Euro Swiss. Yeah, so it wasn't a nice long sell right there, you know. And then a nice buy and a nice sell. This trend's really nice, you know, in many ways. Look at the length of that. Oh, my God. I think we have to reverse those, though, right? That's there. And that's there. Oh, no, that's not even there. Matter of fact, we can get rid of that altogether. So we went into a sell in that product back in April of 2021, a year ago, right? Goes into a sell and stays there until September of 21. And then it goes into the buy and it goes right back into the sell again. This is an interesting, think about, was it 47? Think about trending. Look at the trending in this thing. Wow. I mean, it goes into the weekly sell up in here in the 108 area and trades all the way down to the 103. This is a pretty good one too, just like your GBP JPY. Then it slides back into the sell for just 2 weeks and jumps back into the buy, and the daily buy really saves you on that. And then now in the sell, and we're in the sell, but it looks like it's doing that same thing. That's interesting. Very interesting. Yo, Cal. Yeah, I find your product that you're looking at, that Euro Swiss, I got it up on the screen now as you say hi. As you say, morning, Doc. See that? The Euro Swiss is an interesting one. See, this is why traders, I ask everybody to ask questions, or not necessarily questions, just ask about different products. It gives us an opportunity to actually discover things like this. Look at this. The thing went into the weekly buy back in there. Was it there? Did it go into the sell that week? No. Let me just double check that again. Yeah, it did. It went into the weekly sell right there 1 week. at the bottom of this move, right? And then the product takes off again. I say, oh, well, these things don't matter, but let's do this. So it goes weekly buy, fail, and then weekly buy again. And that time, the second one is a monster to the moon Alice type of action. That's a Ralph Crendon statement from the Honeymooners. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. It was an old floor expression. And so, yeah, you can see that there. This thing's a good trender. It's a very good trender. Yeah, I love it when everybody asks for different products. It gives us an opportunity. This is even better than the one that 47 looks at. This thing can trend for weeks and months. I mean, this thing's been a tenacious trender. I should add more daily to it, just to fill it in there back last year in February of 21. But end result is it's a good trending product, very good trending product. All right, let's see, what else can we do this morning? Let's see what's next. What is next? Let's see. Oh, Canadian. Let's go check out Canadian. There's CAD. Now, I'm a little surprised this thing's moving back up. It went into a daily buy yesterday. I am disappointed. I mean, it seems to be following, as much as it used to follow the Swiss, not the Swiss, I'm sorry, as much as it used to follow the Turkish lira, now it seems to be following the Swiss, which is really odd in its own right, So, what else can we say about that? I guess that's the song and dance of it all in the end. So we just keep on, waiting for it to do something unique. Like, I guess now you can say, all right, oil's going down. Like I have oil trading at 95.67 here in the States, down 7%. All right, and so yeah, oil down. Canadian normally goes up, no doubt about it. But it's and we're looking at the oil. Basically only about $7-8, $10, something like that from the invasion start. Now $8, something like that. Not too bad. So we'll start to see oil back off. Hopefully, as I've said, there are signs. Kelly, were you here when I put the ruble up? Let me just show you the ruble real quick again. Look at the ruble. It's working its way down. So something's going on, and the metals market's doing the same thing. Now, we usually go to the metals market. Let me just go back to Canada real quick like that. And let's put, on the J4X, let's get the CAD up there. Right there. And, you see that strength just like our strength, It started today, whereas yesterday our math went into the buy. But it's joining in. Again, hence why we recommend J4X here, is because the J4X combination that we follow is a good product. It's a good tool, and it'll keep you much more safer than some of these other types of products out there. So, from there, we go over to the metals complex. Well, we go energy first. So we'll take a look at crude oil. Why don't we just move it up there like that? Let's put crude oil up there like that. There is crude. And so you can see it's moving down, so that makes sense. Canada's going up. Yeah, but, I mean, it didn't really gain this whole wonderful move at the beginning of the invasion. Because I guess there was flight to safety. And that was the unfortunate part about that whole thing, is it was flight to safety. So because of that alone, it kind of froze it out in the end. Now, when we, let's see, right there. Now, when we, what is it? We go like this. Let's see. Where are we? Let's go to the metals. That's what I wanted to do, because we'll go to the South African Rand from there. So there's gold, and gold's doing the same thing. It's backing off and moving down. We're in the sell from here. And so it's been, 3, 4, 5 days now in a sell. The weekly's not breaking down, just like, let's go back to crude real quick. Crude's getting lower. It broke the time manifold right there. You see that right there? That's the gold line. It's broken the time manifold. So we are seeing some real pressure starting to build for a sell-off. And, we'll just, that's just the way it rolls. We just follow the math around here. So then, where do we go from there? From there we go to... we go to South African Rand. That's what we do. Yeah, look at South African Rand. And then we'll go and look at Brent after we get done the currencies from there. So let's look at the South African Rand. ZAR. ZUL. Well, darn, it's moving back up again, which is normal for when you see gold going down like you see right here. Gold moving down, South African Rand has a tendency to go up. And then at the same time, let's put it up the... Where's it at? Right there. Let's put that up there. And there it is right there. You see it on Chicago Quant. Volatility signal there yesterday. And it was through the zero line, and today it's kicking in and taking off. So we're getting back into the buy here, and you can see the weekly is coming up to kiss the time manifold, which is really tight. And when it gets tight like that, you can get some real wild action. See, last time we had it tight like that, you had this nice move, I don't know about nice move, this big move from 1470s all the way up to 1640s. So that's a heck of a push. Oh, Kudlow's on. Grow quiet, wearily, indeed, get kind of angry that every time Vladimir makes a threat, President Biden and his minions immediately crawl underneath a desk. That's the truth, isn't it? Oh, my God. And so, in the end result is that, the South African Rand is making a little bounce off that 15 area that we've been watching. We've been expecting to see it play to it and then maybe turn. I didn't have much of an opinion. I'm just... we're in a weekly sell, so as far as I'm concerned, I just thought we'd get down to the 115 area. Now, from there, we'll go over and take a look at, what do we look? Oh, Bitcoin says, look up US 30-year. Bitcoin, is that 30-year? We can put the 30-year up there. Also, I have Bitcoin, too. You want to see Bitcoin? Let me know on either of those, but I'll start off with the 30-year. Excuse me. 30-year. Oh, let's do this. Go like that. Oop. And then I go like that, so we can basically see both of them. And I can go like that, so we can see both of them. Okay. Oh, I need to move that one down, is it? Yeah, that's it, like that. There we go. So let's go to the 30-year. Oh, the Dow 30. Oh, sure. And then from there, I'll show you the, see right there, there's the Dow 30. It's been in a sell for a couple days. This is the new contract, the June contract. Actually, spot was still in a buy until yesterday, I think. And it closed in the sell yesterday, I think it closed in the sell. But the front contract, which is really the live contract, I switched it over finally, and it was like, oh, it was in a sell. Now, you can see the weekly has done this thing where it comes up towards the zero line and breaks down. It was through the manifold. So you can see there, and you were seeing the same things over on the other, there's the NASDAQ 100. It's been in a sell for 3 days, and we're in a weekly sell. You can see the pressures on all of them. S&P 500, they're all feeling the pain, weekly sell for a couple weeks, and, so forth and so on. And then, let's show you Bitcoin. I saw a great analysis again this morning, confirming everything I've been saying about the cryptocurrency, or I don't like to call it cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I don't see this as a currency. It has characteristics of a currency. To me, it's a totally new asset class, and it's not a pyramid. It's a value of the fact that you can kind of remove the third party in a sense. So in other words, party number one wants to buy something. Party number 3 wants to sell something. Party 2 executes or transacts the execution of it all. Inside number 2 could be, you got not only is it a bank or a brokerage house, but you have the central bank, you have the Federal Reserve, you have all kinds of, clearing situations that are the middleman. What cryptos do is they remove the middleman. They really do. They do a great job of removing a great amount of the middleman. And so, to me, the cryptos, I think, are a wonderful new invention. And they're not going to be, like, people thought, okay, they're going to basically be the opposition to inflation, or, the opposition to gold, or, something that, they threw all these, the opposition of the dollar. They kept on saying, it was going to be something different. But it's not. It really isn't. What it is it's a new form of asset that removes the middleman. That's what it really does. I've said this a few times, dozens of times on this webinar, actually, not a few times, dozens of times, that I respect the crypto universe, the blockchain technology, and everything else or all the characteristics from like Ethereum and so forth, all the different products, because it removes the center of a transaction between party A and party B. And there is no party AX and no party BX in the middle of it. Clearing the trade, controlling the trade, involved in valuing the trade. In other words, the currency is not valuing the trades. It's basically an asset that is it defies currency in essence. And so, depending on your crypto and what it's transacting it in, I guess there'll be a day where the crypto's crypto. I guess that's why coin exchange and so forth are evolving over time. So, how do you like that one, Bitcoin? Isn't that a great description of the cryptos? I think it is. Anybody think it is? Just throw a smiley face up there or something. Excuse me. Unless you think I'm totally wrong. I think I need to take a sip of my tea from there. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that helps out the voice. So, yeah, there you go. All right, so where did we leave off? We were looking at South African Rand. Let's jump over to, we've looked at it already, and that is Mr. and Mrs. Ruble. And we'll just show you one more time. I'll bring you home again, Kathleen. No, okay, so there it is. You can see right there, the ruble is moving down. I am right. Oh, cool. Thank you for saying that. You could have just done a smiley face. Yeah, that's the key. That's the beauty of blockchain and the cryptos. And I've been with Wilco. Wilco was a presenter here for years on Dukascopy. He's very involved in the crypto universe, and we communicate every so often. And that is the beauty of it. And it shouldn't be lost. In other words, people shouldn't get lost in the minutia of all the other ideas about it. Because it's a really good tool. All right, from there we go over to where am I going to now? I go to the yen. Let's go see the dollar yen. You see that we'd written an article back here at the bottom about 4 or 5 days ago, 6 days ago. We put a article out about this taking off and heading possibly to the 18 area. We've been saying it here for a while now. This is something like a 6-year high now we're at. We're playing around with 6-year highs, 5.5-year highs. This was a five-year high right there. And that was a 5-year high, right? Almost identical, these two. And so now we've broken through that. Let's see. So yeah, and let's take a look at yen. Matter of fact, what we should do too? Let's look at blockchain before we go to yen. Dukascopy has the blockchain up there. If I can find it. Where'd it go? There it is, right there. You can see here, blockchain is trying to, in this case here, Bitcoin is trying to turn up. And did I put Bitcoin up there at all? I don't think I did. Let me put Bitcoin up there before we go to the yen. And finish. There it is, right there. Yeah. So we've been in the sell for a couple of days, and you can see it's in a weekly buy, so it's battling to try to get back going again. And you can see the red and the green now starting to develop. And what do you see over on J4X? You see the green. See, it's trying. You can see the line trying to turn up. just like Chicago Quant. Matter of fact, it's curving a little bit better even. And we're in a weekly buy, so you couldn't be short for this action anyway. So that's the action we're seeing when it comes to that gig there, you know. Let's see. From there, we go over to the yen now. Let's do Mr. and Mrs. Yen. No, we just did the yen. There's the yen there, yeah. And let's just do it over on J4X real quick. Mouse. It's the red mouse. I have to remember which mouse it is. I have different colored mice here. Mises 2 pieces. Right there, dollar Swiss yen. Dollar yen. All right, from there we go over to the Mexican peso. Come to North America. Let's see what's going on there. I'm the singing trader. Sing 'em. We used to say that in the options market. We'd be like, you know, someone come into the trading pit, and you could see like it was a floor broker, because we had a lot of transitory floor brokers, and you could see them that they were transitory. In other words, they didn't normally stand around in that specific pit. That's what I was at times. I was a transitory floor broker when I was a young kid, and so I'd roam from pit to pit sometimes, and fill orders. And as soon as I would walk into the pit, what they call the specialist that runs it, because it's the equity side, he would scream out, "Sing it!" at the top of his lungs, and everybody in the pit could hear it, and they'd all turn and look at the floor broker, and it'd be like no secret there that there's a public order coming in, and so you know, that's why I'm a singer, I guess, in many ways. I sing because I ring it out. Let's see. From there, you can see the peso is trying to play underneath. Oh, I know what that was, so I shouldn't be moving it. That's the range, so let's tighten that up. That's the range it's been playing. That's what it is. Okay. And so you can see here it's trying to hang out underneath the range since it's popped through it. I like to blame, like I said, inflation, but you know, sometimes the math is not right. It has to be wrong once in a while. So 8.5 out of 10 is just good enough for me. Yeah, you like that, Bitcoin? Yeah. Yeah, I used to scream, "Sing it. Sing it!" I mean, at the top of your lungs in the middle of a trading pit. Something active, too. It was pretty funny. Been a while. It has. It's I haven't been on a trading floor since the late 90s at this point. Early 90s, mid 90s, something like that. Oh, I mean, I was at the Chicago Merc when I was visiting Robin back in 2000-something, 2008 or 2010. But I mean, actually trading on a trading floor. The last seat that I knew I was on, I can say that. The last seat that I physically owned, I got rid of in the late 90s, you know, as they were bidding them up to the sky. But I found out that I was on a seat, and I didn't know I was on a seat. It wasn't my seat. Someone left me on a seat, which gave me a conflict with Mr. and Mrs. CFTC in the end. Didn't even know I was on the seat. And there it is right there. You can see the Mexican peso trying to do something, but nothing major. All right. Where do we go from here? Wasn't there another currency I wanted to look at? I don't think so. Oh, I know what to do. I'm going to go over to Brent now. So let's go take a look at the energies. So there's Brent. You can see Brent. Whoa, big, nice, spiky down. Me like it going down in value. I hate spending all that money on the gas tank. So let's see, what do we got going on here? And that is that Brent moving down, and you know, oil moving down. Let's get oil back up on the screen now. Mr. Mouse, there it is. And there is Bitcoin. Let's go to crude. So that's a spot crude trading in the 96.41 area. Let's go to June, back month, doing the same thing, trading in the 93s. You know, and the pressure is moving off them. And you can see here the green line is breaking the time manifold in the back month. We'll see what it's doing in the front month. Doing the same thing, breaking down. So we're seeing that pressure in there. Seeing that pressure. who's next? Let's see. Let's look at. You can see Brent on the left there on the J4X. And you can see the two contracts, back and front month of oil. So the pressure is on. So I guess maybe some resolution somewhere along the line is being figured out. I don't know, something like that. Let's hope so. I am more of a make love not war type person. So I mean, I support whatever's going on there in the sense of protecting yourself, but I'm a little disappointed that someone wanted to invade basically a relatively peaceful country, and that's a no-no. So then I'm very supportive of stopping them from invading. Like I like the gig. I believe in live free or die. I can understand that part. That I'm very supportive of. Live free or die. I wouldn't be running away if it was my hood. I'd be out there swinging away, even at 67. And believe me, I'd probably come up with some whack ideas. From there, we go to natural gas. Where is natural gas? Right there. It's playing with the cell today. You see that the pressure's on. And the weekly, look at that. The weekly's doing the same gig. Let's put a little circly thing there too. There you go. So that these are signs that something positive is coming around the corner when it comes to this war. Let's hope it plays out. Nothing is guaranteed. But one thing is for sure. There it is, the U.S. natural gas. You can see both of them trying to move down. White line hasn't pierced yet, but you can see ours has pierced. The green and the white have pierced down there. This will do it in a few hours if it stays like this. So a lot of good red, means it costs less to heat your house, which is a nice thing, And let's take a look at it on the European. It's been in the 24s trading in the euro. So let's see where it's at today. Maybe it's touching the 23s, which would be nice. That's the Boon. There it is right there, natural gas. B23. No, it's still in the 24s. Darn. It would be nice. You can see the white line has pierced down. We got two reds. So, I mean, this thing's trading at very expensive prices. It would be nice to see it back off. Let's see, what else can we say about that? I don't really see anything more about the energy sector itself. So from there, let's go finish off with the metals. And because Bitcoin brought us over to the stock indices, we've had a good chance to view those already. If there's some time, we'll go back to it. I think there will be. There's some time we can take a second look at the stock indices. There is gold. Let's take a look at silver. There's silver. You see it's still in the sell now for days upon days. The weekly hasn't touched the top part of the manifold, but that's all right. Let's slowly. Let's get a reduction in the war, and that'll help out a lot. That will. And there it is right there on J4X. Trying to move down also, and strong white line gig going on, just like the Chicago quant chart. And then from there, we go over and take a look at copper. Copper's been doing the same dance, playing the downside, and the pressure's on there on the J4X. And over here, mousy, where are you? Right there. And over here, where's it at? Where are you at? I like, I'm thinking what Bitcoin said. It's been a while. It has been. The floors are all closed now. They just electronic. That's all they are now. No more screaming and yelling. They do the New York Stock Exchange on an IPO. They'll bring in the bodies. They all stand around, and the floor brokers try to do the execution. It's more for excitement and entertainment than it is for actual execution anymore. But it's kind of cool. It's better than nothing. Let's see, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for copper right there. Same situation, copper showing the weakness. Yeah, the days of screaming and yelling and walking around are far and in between. I got involved in the hedge fund industry from there in the 90s, late 90s. We did that all the way up for a while. That was fun. But it doesn't replace the floor in characteristic at all. They are aggressive in their trading. There's no doubt about that. That was entertaining, truly entertaining, being part of the hedge fund industry. Dangerous too. They try to steal my math, things like that, but that's the way it goes. All right, from there, we'll take a quick look at platinum. There's platinum right there. And we talked about this last couple of weeks, where we expected to see this pressure if the war ends, and it's been, look at that drop. It's been in the sell since, like, right there, is it? Maybe let's put a line in there. There. Where's that line at? There. Do it again. Right there. And let's just extend it for a second, just to give you a flavor. I think it's the second day, like that. Oh no, it is. It topped out the same day. Okay. So we had this big spike up, closed down. It closed up for the day itself, and we went into a sell. You see the line right there in the minus. And by the end of that week, we were like, green line breaking time manifold, just like I'm talking about now, and histogram getting small, so there's pressure. Not counting the fact that the 5, the blue dashed line, was showing weakness underneath. So, it was broken through, it was underneath the 0 line, the whole bit. So there was a lot of indication that there's some definite pressure on the downside in the metals complex. Let's see now. Let's see. All right, so that does all the metals. Let's go check out, before we split, let's go check out the Dow Jones Industrial Average again, and so forth. And there's the Dow 30. You can see it's trying to lift up. It's plus for the day. And you can see the lines are underneath. But look at that time manifold. It's so tight. Last time we seen something like that, where the line, like here you go. You have the green line deep underneath, and the time manifold becomes extremely tight. It starts a trend on the downside from there. Now, does that mean this is going to start a trend on the downside? It's already in a weekly sell, so if this turns into a buy today, it could mean that the trend is going to be on the upside. In other words, if we get into a daily buy over the next 2 days and the weekly starts to turn up, this could be a bottom, and maybe they'll bring them back to this area up in here, which is what, the 34,000 area, and where are we at now? To 33,000, 32,900 and change. So that would be the way to look at it. So we'll just keep an eye on that and tune in tomorrow. We'll check it out again. This is Doc from North America saying arrivederci. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Ta-ta for now, traders.